Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome. It is I, your big only sis, Calla Nevermelt, with yet another episode review of Digimon Beatbreak, episode 11. And, ladies and gentlemen, this episode overall was pretty good. However, though, there was just one teeny tiny itty bitty issue that I did have. We will get to it momentarily. But overall, this was a pretty good episode. We get to find out some new information, we get to see some, new characters, and again, we only have just one teeny tiny thing that is a bit of a downer, a buzzkill, if you will. So, with that out of the way, let's get on with this review. And we start off with this whole entire area being burnt to cinders, basically, due to this mysterious figure who's like, it's not enough. Meaning he wants more smoke. He wants a bigger game. The Digimon that he just took out was basically a weakling at best, and he wants someone who is worth his time. And we see the mysterious Digimon. Well, it turns out that it was actually Flaremon, as we will later find out. But as we see again behind him the mysterious Digimon, aka Flaremon, we then jump on over to the glowing dawn and see Kyo is handing out checks to everyone. Now, it's great to see that they are getting paid for their services. This isn't like a superhero thing where you do the good deed because it's the right thing to do. No, you're actually getting paid, and I want to know how much are they getting paid. But with that being said, though, we get to see Tomoro, Rain, I believe, ask, hey, what do you plan on doing with your share of your money? To which he responds, you know what, my bro, he has a birthday next week. I should buy him something, and I do love that. He still cares, and he's still going to do something regardless if his brother is in some, I guess you could say, a coma. And then we see that Gekomon wants to join. Now, chat, I'm going to be totally honest with you. Gekomon throughout this entire episode was a bit much. Like, he was getting pretty annoying, if not downright irritating. And I do agree that he did deserve that scolding. Granted, maybe not too far, but you get the general idea. It was just like, my dude, calm the hell down. But with that being said, though, we see that Koinji and Rina, again, I do hope I'm saying those names right, decide to go with him to make sure that Gekomon is on his best behavior, to which we all know is going to be impossible, and we know that there will be crazy shenanigans ensuing. However, though, as we are, I assume that on the bus, we get to see a bit of Tomoro's backstory, and apparently his parents got arrested for unknown reasons. Now, was this Digimon related, or was this another reason as to why his parents, got arrested? But they finally, we do see that they finally do, arrive at, the hospital to meet his, brother. And again, Rina and Koinji say, hey, we'll look after Gekomon here, to which fails miserably. And I do love Reina, and I forgot the rookie level of Wolvemon's name. I do apologize. But we get to see them do a little banter, which was kind of cute, kind of funny, ha ha ha. But then we get to see, again, Tomoro, his backstory. Again, his parents were arrested, and we see a very nice scene where clearly the house got closed due to they can't pay rent and whatnot. And so his bro, takes care of him, has to drop out of school, and also gives him this red scarf, which Chekhov's gun is very important to remember. And so, as we get this very wholesome, nice, bittersweet scene, it turns out that Gekomon snuck past Koinji and Reina and is in the room and then proceeds to cause nothing but trouble. And again, I'm sorry, but this this episode, Gekomon was just way too outlandish, way too crazy. Um, so we see that again. We do get at least a funny scene with the nurse screaming after Gekomon basically hugs her face, and rightfully so. But it turns out again, Gekomon just has no chill, and so they go to the store to get a gift for Tomoro's brother. And we see that as they're looking, again, I've got the rookie evolution for Wolvemon's Digimon evolution. Tells Kekumon to, chill it out, maybe he should, try to help, be more reasonable, things like that. And while that sounds great on paper, Gekomon, like a child, wanted it to be more so his way, because we see that Tomoro found the perfect gift, aka Chekhov's gun, a red scarf. The scarf that his brother gave to him when he was just a similar scarf that his brother gave to him when he was just a child. And so Gekomon, being annoying, I'm just gonna be nice here. It's like, no, take the blue one. The blue one looks cooler. And as they're fighting, they rip the scarf, and I hope they're able to pay for that, because, my dude, what the hell? But Chamorro, rightfully so, chews out Gekomon, saying, dude, what the hell? Why did you do that? And I'm sorry, but I'm on Tomoro's side. Like, I don't know what it was for this episode, but Gekomon was just way too much, just way too extra. But as, Gekomon runs away, we then see this guy, we then see this big muscle guy throwing stuff into the river, as you do. And we see that he has the, the little Tamagotchi egg thing. Sees that, his wife left him with the kids, and of course he's absolutely depressed, so much negative energy, aka the negative E-pulse. And so he chucks the E-pulse egg into the river, and, well, shenanigans is about to ensue, because we then cut to, I believe her name was Miko. That's her name, Miko's bar. And we see that Tomoro comes there alone, trying to look for some, bounties to do. But Kyo mentions, you can't do that without a Digimon partner, aka Gekomon. To which, Tomoro doesn't really give a shit. But then we see Gekomon throwing rocks in the river. Now, I will say the scene that's about to happen, like, yeah, no. This wasn't Gekomon's fault, because, in all technicality, who expects a giant slime monster to be in your water, right? So, it turns out that the Digimon the muscle guy accidentally summoned was Ramon. And I gotta say, this Digimon's design I kinda like. He's kinda neat in my opinion. Granted, not the top 10, but still a neat design. And we see that, of course, he has basically toxic gas that, when, inhaled, will damage you to the point where you digivolve. Also, I love the scene where Konji, Kyo, especially Konji, by the way, and Rina, are summoning their, not really summoning, but, getting their Digimon to evolve. It was a really cool scene. And I am so proud of Koinji. Again, I hope I'm saying that name right. I'm so happy that, Chirpmon has finally evolved into Night Chirpmon. But as we get, a nice little battle, it turns out that Veramon isn't really, well, Veramon isn't easy to take out. Basically, his body's nothing but slime, so all they're really doing at best is just tickling, the smooths, basically. And so, as Gekomon, tells Tomoro, hey, listen, something happened. Tomoro in the wrong this time. It's like, no, if this is your fault, isn't it? To which Gekomon's like, nah, you know what? I'm gonna show you. And man, the scene was so hard because he's getting in the way of Wolvermon and everyone else. Like, yeah, sure, he was able to, hit Veramon, but it meant absolutely nothing because, again, Veramon is nothing but goop. However, though, they were at least able to slice him enough to find the guy, to which Night Chirpmon saved the guy who was, unconscious. However, though, shit hits the fan as Veramon decides to let one out, aka poison gas, which makes, of course, Wolvermon and then Night Chirpmon de-digivolve, but I can speak, I swear. But, as they do, like, this scene was really good, because I love that they all had their moment to shine, they all had a nice little fight, the fighting was good. However, though, sadly, Wolvermon and Night Chirpmon are not able to take down this, SOB, and so, Kyo's like, hey, listen, TTFO, get your Digimon, get to a safe, place, to which, this scene here really irks me, because it just, they could have done it. They could have had the golden moment where we had a Dark Digi evolution. Kind of like with, when we got, Skull Greymon. Way back in the first, generation season of Digimon. That was amazing. That was cool. This right here was perfect. But instead, we kind of just get this, and I'm just gonna be real with you. It was aight, it was neat, but it was a huge downer, in my opinion. And we just get Dark Energy Gekomon, who was just, going insane, attacking anything that moves. And we see that as Veramon basically forced Gekomon, well, we see this huge explosion happen, to which we see it is that guy. And he has Flaremon, to which it turns out that Kyo and this guy kinda know each other, mostly because Kyo used to be a part of the 5 stars, which is no one's surprise whatsoever. And so, of course, I gotta say, this was a pretty good fight. It wasn't, epic like it could have been, but I get it, we're almost done with the episode and whatnot. So, we at least get to see this, battle of strength, who is stronger than who, that kind of thing. However, though, we then get one very, interesting scene as basically, the fire guy's like, nah, you know what? I'm done. Because the thing is, Kyo's like, hey, listen, don't hurt my family. And so the guy's like, you know what? Not even worth it. I'm done. But of course, Gekomon, being, dark energy crazy, decides to be a great idea to attack the guy, to which he has, Flaremon use his attack, to which, Kyo has his Digimon, counter the blast, and then, massive explosion, and Tomoro just looks absolutely horrified, and we are left with a cliffhanger. Again, this episode, this episode was really good. We had some great moments, nice fighting. The only issue is Gekomon still hasn't evolved yet, and it would have been neat to see a dark evolution or something. But no, not gonna lie, this is the only disappointment that I have for Beat Break. Like, I get it, you want to save it, but at the same time, though, it does kind of become repetitive and annoying. But with that being said, overall, this was a pretty decent episode. Great fighting, great character moments, etc. We got a little bit of information on Kyo and his past in a way. And yes, I can't wait for the next episode. So please, please, please like, subscribe, and follow me. Until next time, everyone. Bye!